Capturing the life of a loved one is never an easy task, as words frequently fall short of capturing someone's true essence. On behalf of my husband and myself, thank you to each of you for helping us pay respect to our loving grandmother, Ellie. No, it's not going to be an easy task, but I'm going to give it all I have, because all of you that know Ellie know that everything she did, she gave it all 110%. We couldn't slow her down, and believe me, we tried. I can honestly say, if you've never seen a woman cover more mall square footage in a given time, then you've never accompanied Ellie at the shopping center. And the best part, she did it with a walker. I often thought to myself, I think she really likes how much that walker actually makes her faster. She could sneak to the mall and hit every rack in Macy's department store and still get back home to her honey before his suspicions would kick in. She could scurry from penny slot to penny slot at River City Casino before Justin would even realize she was missing. Ellie was born in Passaic, New Jersey, and grew up not far from her birthplace. She had a passion and love for teaching and studied education at William Patterson Teachers College. Ellie met the love of her life at a playground while he was strolling through as an officer and she was the playground instructor. She devoted 28 years of her life as a proud teacher in the New Jersey community. She was also a dedicated wife, a committed mother to her 3 children, Jan, Patty, and Rob. After retirement, Ellie and Ernie relocated to the beautiful West Palm Beach, Florida. When I was prepping to find the most perfect words for today, I began asking everyone, if someone mentions Ellie, what's the first thing you think? The answers had a similar trend. It was one word, and it was Ernie. She loved him more than most thought was humanly possible. She lived for her husband. Ernie, you truly made her world go round. The love you two share built the foundation of this loud, loving, loyal, did I mention loud? Family. So many stories that were shared over the last couple of days highlighted the kind, giving, and compassionate woman Ellie truly was. Ellie was a giver, and that was the most common characteristic that her loved ones described her as. She thrived off of giving more than receiving, and it wasn't always of gifts. She gave the best advice. She taught so many of us the successes and happiness of life, and we probably didn't even recognize the lesson she was instilling in us. She was a teacher inside and outside of the classroom. One of my first conversations and memories with Ellie was how much she cherished and catered to her husband. She always spoke so highly of you. Ernie, how the type of husband he was, the best grandfather. She was always so proud of you. Ellie lived for and loved caring for her honey. She enjoyed cooking for him and providing for him. After a conversation I had with her where she beamed through her words when telling me how she just simply loved spoiling Ernie, I caught myself thinking, wow, I hope I love and enjoy my husband half as much as she did after 67 years of marriage. At the same time, my husband was probably thinking, wow, I wish my wife took after my grandmother. Ellie struggled when her medical condition began to impact her ability to do some of her favorite things. Ernie was her number 1, and although her number 2 and number 3 didn't stand a chance next to Ernie, she loved her children, her grandchildren, and her 5 great-grandchildren. Family was definitely her most prized possession. One of my favorite stories that was told over the last couple of days is a pastime that Ellie thoroughly enjoyed. She shared with her son Rob. Ellie and Rob would head out to the casino for the evening, and Ellie often found herself a lucky winner thanks to one of her most favorite penny slots. But seriously, I mean, who really thought those penny slots even paid out? We know Ernie didn't think so, because she would come home, tell him she lost, or maybe broke even, and hide her cash for her next Macy's shopping spree. Sorry, Ernie, those penny slots do pay out. They paid out in cash and happiness to your remarkable wife. She spent that well-earned cash, sometimes gifts and shoes for the baby girls. Sometimes she stashed it away for Anthony's next visit. This loving woman lived for giving to others. She loved celebrating holidays, and maybe because they often required a shopping spree. Every Christmas, she would get all the gifts for the Rob Your Neighbor game. Ernie would watch those gifts come in from the car like a hawk. He would count each one. What he didn't know is Rob let her stash a few in the trunk. Maybe even misplace a receipt or two. But it was their secret, and Ellie loved it. Disney was a favored place of Ellie's. Many memories and stories that were shared this week originated from a trip to Florida to visit Ernie and Ellie. Those visits never went without a trip to Disney World. Her loved one's happiness brought her the most joy to her life. And when you thought that this amazing and miraculous woman had no more love to share, she did. The last 10 years, she was a great-grandmother to 5 great-grandkids, whom will miss her significantly. Ellie's eyes could light up a room when she was wheeling Gianna around in her walker, reading Layla a book, or lathering up Sloane's lips with some of her lipstick. She waited the days that Anthony and Haven would pay her a visit just to give them that $20 she'd been hiding. It's no secret that her family filled her heart with joy and love. To Ernie, her husband, her number one. You have the most treasured memories of any of us. No one knew, no one loved, and no one treasured Ellie as you did, and as you ever will. We, your family, will continue to wrap you in all the love and comfort that Ellie gifted you each and every day. Lastly, to the remarkable woman who lies before us, Ellie Ferrara. Today we're grieving the loss of you, the most amazing woman, a devoted wife, a deeply loved and respected mother, an adored grandmother, an admired great-grandmother. We promise you this. We promise to continue to look at photos and remember the amazing times we had. We promise to talk to you and seek your guidance. We will look for you in nature when we miss you terribly. Our love for you will never run dry. We promise to keep your memory alive and never, ever forget you.
I don't know.